Good day and welcome again to the last section of our current topic, scientific methods, which is scientific attitudes. When you say scientific attitudes, these are traits or behavioral characteristics which a scientist is expected to display, whether such a scientist is in or out of his science laboratory. The following are the scientific attitudes expected of a scientist in or out of laboratory. This first one is skepticism. Literally, when you say skepticism, that is, you are in doubt of something. You are in doubt of something. So skepticism is another important attribute of a scientist. A good scientist is always skeptical about what he hears or reads from newspaper, journals, and books. His skepticism urges him to carry out a number of investigations to verify or authenticate his findings or scientific knowledge. Somebody will not just come and tell you that when you test for starch in green and yellow leaf, it's only green leaf that will turn blue black. As a scientist, we all know that it's green leaf will turn blue black, but in the first instance, you have to be skeptical about that finding. You want to go ahead and do your own finding and confirm what the researcher has told you. That is what is called skepticism. So as a scientist, you should be skeptical about anything that you are fed with until you are able to confirm whatever you are told to be true. Then the other one is rationality. Rationality. When you say rationality, that is, you think in a rational way, in a scientific manner. Rationality deals with reasoning which man employs to understand and master his environment. A scientist is expected to be rational. He employs his inductive and or deductive methods in formulating hypotheses and in clarifying and interpreting scientific findings. That is rationality. It has to do with skepticism too. Because if you are not rational, you take everything that comes your way, hook, line, and sinkers. But if you are a rational being, you want to put doubt into whatever you are fed with until you are able to find out the correct position of things. The other one is open-mindedness. Open-mindedness. This important attribute of a scientist requires him to be receptive to new knowledge. The scientist should be ready at all times to dump his cartload of beliefs immediately experience is against them. As a scientist, you should be open-minded. You don't say, for example, that because you believe when you test for starch in green and yellow leaf, both the green and yellow leaf will turn blue black. And the result of your experiment in this regard says otherwise. So if the result says it's only green leaf that turns blue black, you don't say because you already have a preconceived idea that both of them turn blue black, and you report something that is not before you. You have to report whatever the results of your experiment gave you. If the result of your experiment says it's only the green leaf that will turn blue black when tested for starch, don't go ahead and say that it is both the green leaf and yellow leaf that turn blue black when tested for starch, simply because you already had that preconceived ideas that both of them will turn blue black. You have to report what you see. That's what is called open-mindedness in scientific process. The last one there is honesty. Honesty is a very significant trait of a scientist. A good scientist is required by his training to be honest and truthful in recording all his observation or experiment. He should be able to present the results of his experiments as they are without tinkering with them. So this has to do with the open-mindedness. You report the result of your experiment the way they are without tampering with them. With this, we've come to the end of the last section of our topic, scientific process. And this last session talks about the scientific attitudes. See you in the next topic. Have a great day.